Well, good morning and welcome. I appreciate so many people making the effort, particularly from the Sunshine Coast with the traffic and the two trucks closing the Sunshine Coast. Some housekeeping issues first. Toilets out the door, straight across the entrance. Please put your phones on quiet. I'm not asking anyone to turn them off. I know the car tray doesn't work that way, but please put them on quiet. I've been given an emergency brief by the convention centre, but there's enough bureaucracy today being spoken, so I'm just going to read the top part. It says, please stay calm. So, in the case of an emergency, we need you to stay calm. Okay. So, I'd like to... good morning. Hey, Jade. I'd like to say good morning to Richard and Kelly from the MTAQ. I know Richard and Kelly have been working with the federal government and in the consultative process with this happening, so they're very welcome to at our forum this morning. A couple of things that we're not going to cover today. I'm not going to cover why the legislation is coming. I'm not going to cover who's responsible. I'm not going to argue the case for or against it. We're just here to help you understand what you've got to go through. It's fairly clear to see that you guys pay attention to your business and want to know what's coming up. It doesn't happen until October, but you'll see today it is a change, it's an important change. But also fair to say though that Queensland dealers have got the easiest of this change. Dealers interstate don't have compulsory revs, don't have all the obligations that Queensland dealers have had for years and years and years. All the dealers in New South Wales and Victoria we're touring around are going to have to now know that they have to get something on every vehicle, and you guys have been doing that for a long, long time. So, in regards to the context of the presentation, I'm going to give you a legal disclaimer here. Phil, the solicitor from Holding Redlick, is not going to do or say anything that's not prudent. He's not going to give you a way around anything. He's a solicitor. He's not going to give you advice that will get you in trouble. So you can rely on Phil to give you a solicitor's opinion, a legal opinion on what the consequences are. Please don't embarrass Phil by saying, mate, that doesn't work, how do I do this? Okay, we're not here to work that stuff out today. So, as you see from the screen, there are no more free revs from New South Wales. Every search on the database has to be paid for. The retention of title is a big change. So now, not paying for it means if you don't pay for it, you can't get it back. It's gone. Queenslanders lose the word certificate. We're going from certificate to search. And the search is a point in time only. A search at 9:05 this morning is as good as the search at 9:05 this morning. It's not as good as a search at 10:06 this morning. And then search at 9:05, it's just a search at 9:05. So, overall, I'm not going to give you the summary at the front, but bottom line up front, we believe that any pain will be worth the gain. To have a national database that's live across every state. We have to be careful with South Australia for a little while. To have a national database is something we've always wanted for a long, long time, and it brings us into modern times. So, I would like to introduce you to Phil. This is the presentation for the day. I'm going to ask you, if you have specific questions about Phil's content at the time, please feel free to ask the question. But if it's a general question, we're going to have some practical examples at the end of the, after the frequently asked questions. Those practical examples will excite you. And after that, there'll be questions and answers. All right? So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Phil Vickery from Holding Redlick.
Yep, that's right.